My name is Jeff, and I am a patient at DISC. I am about to have the lumbar ADR. It's the lower area. They're going to put in an artificial disc, and that surgery is happening tomorrow. I've had back pain for the majority of my life, and I thought it was from a lot of younger skateboarding and being active. And about a year or so ago, I went into DISC, and they found out I have what they call a transitional anatomy. My pelvis is fused to one of my vertebrae on one side. So what that does is it puts a lot of mobility force on one side and locks off one side of my vertebrae. You wouldn't know that I have back pain. I still go to the gym 5 days a week. There's some things that hurt more than others, but it's just a lot of the workout planning. I plan around that, so I'm not doing something that's gonna hurt or make it worse. I've pretty much been able to do everything, even work. Since we do video, we're on set a lot, moving around, lifting stuff, sliding stuff around, and it hasn't stopped me from doing any of that. So post-op, I'm hoping I can do all of that and more without the pain that I kind of just have gotten used to. I came across DISC through a mutual client that we had. We ended up meeting with DISC just from a work level and started doing a couple videos for them to show other patients their treatment process. And through those videos that we did through them, a lot of their symptoms kind of mimicked what I had. And that's kind of what sparked the idea to go in and get it looked at the first time, just because I was curious. At the first consultation with Dr. Bray, after we got the x-rays, that's when he informed me that there was a good chance that I would need the artificial disc eventually, just because of the way I was built. But I had that feeling that the decision was 100% up to me. There was no pressure coming from anyone. So that's why we chose the conservative approach, because nobody wants to go through surgery unless they really, really have to. When I went in and did the epidural injections, it was a quick procedure. It was like 20 minutes in and out. And they just put 2 injections in my back, 1 on each side. And after that, I felt amazing for a good 6 or 8 months. And then one weekend I was up at a family member's house, and they have a BMX track in the back, and we were riding around with my kids. And the next morning I woke up just kind of sore and not the same. And progressively got worse to the point where I was having trouble standing up. Originally when I had gone in, they had told me, because of my transitional anatomy and the deterioration in my disc, that I was gonna need an ADR. It's just whenever I felt like the pain was too much for me to handle. So this time going in with the fragment sitting in my nerve, the pain had been pretty much too much to handle. Yeah, that's where we are today, and now I have an ADR scheduled for tomorrow. I'll be honest, the day I got the call that said, hey, your surgery's been approved, there was like a wave of nervousness that went over, but I don't think it had anything to do with the surgery. It was just, is everything in place? What do I have to do? And DISC has been amazing. DISC behind the scenes did so much that I wasn't even aware of. They went and they talked with the insurance. They had peer-to-peer reviews to review the cases with doctors from the insurance company. There was really not a lot to be nervous about because everything was so taken care of. Currently, COVID's going around here in the United States, and DISC, being a healthcare facility, has really stepped up in proper protocols to get everything taken care of. The first appointment that I had to decide whether I was going to get the artificial disc was a telehealth appointment. To be honest, it's way easier. I mean, it eliminates drive time, and really it didn't feel any different. It's a video on video, so I can see Dr. Bray, he can see me. Being around DISC every once in a while, doing videos for them and hearing all these other patient stories, but one thing people don't talk about now that I'm a patient myself is the amount of effort that goes into getting you prepared and making sure you're 100%. I had to go get blood drawn, I did an EKG, I did a urinalysis, I had to get a chest x-ray, and then the COVID test now on top of that. And those were all things just to make sure that I'm 100% healthy and there's no underlying conditions that are gonna come up in the OR. All those precautionary measures that they add keep those nerves way down, because you're just, going into it the day of, that all paperwork's done, everything is done way in advance, so you just basically walk in stress-free, nervous-free, and ready for surgery. Most people who are going in for the surgery that I'm going in for are much older than I am. I'm only 35, so when I tell people I'm going to get an artificial disc replacement, some people are surprised, but it can happen to anyone. So the biggest thing I learned from the first consultation is just go get it looked at and just go get it checked out, because you don't have to be 65 to have a back problem. It could be something that can happen at any age. So if your back hurts, go get it looked at. Go get it looked at. Go.
Ferguson. No over the top first. 0 degrees first. Give me a lateral. That is the way you're supposed to make it look, Jeff. Okay. Perfect. Midline, perfect.